Here's question 1D. So the question is asking us for, talking about extending our results inappropriately. So it's saying we've got data on a certain group and we want to look about extending those results and think about why we can or can't do that. So there's a paragraph here in the middle that talks about some criteria, and so we're going to have a look at that in more detail. So it talks about the selection was done using the modification of the National Heart Foundation's TIC criteria. So if I wanted to extend this to other countries, for example, do they actually have that same National Heart Foundation's TIC criteria that we do? Or do they not have it at all? Do they have something completely different instead? So that would be one of the issues about extending the results, is that this may not apply and be relevant in other countries. So because the criteria was based on that TIC foundation, we may not be able to transfer the findings to other countries. They also talk about the selection being classified as healthier. So it's a relative measure, and that's a measure based on New Zealand food. So what fruit and veggies we have available to us, what meat we have available, what grains, flours, etc., etc., all the different foods that we have available that may or may not be the same in other countries. So that could be an issue to extend our results to other countries. Another one is the fact that the data was taken from some Pack and Save supermarkets. So we know that the data is only about shoppers who regularly shop at Pack and Save. So is that representative of New Zealand? I would say that's unlikely. It's likely that shoppers at the supermarket are likely to be quite budget conscious, so are more easily influenced by price discounts than other shoppers. So that means we can't really use these results for other supermarkets like Countdown. Another one that I haven't mentioned was also that this was done on supermarkets in the Lower North Island. Are the people who go to supermarkets in the Lower North Island representative of the entire country? So there's a whole range of other things that we could do, gather information about there as well. So in terms of our criteria, if you can identify one feature, then that gets you your achieved C. If you can describe in one issue and attempt to explain why it would limit the results, then that would be a merit, so you're justifying it. If you can describe the issue and why it could limit by using specific features of the report, then that gets you your excellence. And then overall for question 1, you can see there's N0 through to E8 across the bottom, depending on how many C's, J's and I's you've got, will depend on what your final grade would be for question 1.